What's up? It's football time. I don't know how to start this since we're together.
Yeah, it's like you're doing a commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey and I are recording in person together, which is super fun.
There we go.
And yeah, now we can get into the football.
Football. Jake likes football.
All right.
So last week, I think we ended on the Dolphins and the Steelers. We both said Steelers are going to take it,
Yeah.
and you had them by 10. I said 12.
Okay, they won 28 to 15, which is 13.
Old Casey is a coming. Starting this week off, I'm at 72 and Jake's at 96. And Rams Seahawks. I said Rams by 3. Jake said Seahawks by 3.
Seahawks by 1.
Oof.
I watched that game. It was incredible.
Yeah. Damn Rams. Just like when we were in high school.
I know. I know.
Then England Eagles.
England.
England versus the Calms. Eagles versus the Commanders. I had Eagles by 6. You had them by 10.
Well, that's a Jake point. Eagles won by 11.
All right. Packers Bears. I had Bears by 7. You had Bears by 3.
I think that's a Casey
Hell yeah.
point.
You know why? Because the Bears love me. They just don't love you as much.
I know. I feel like you've gotten most of the Bears
I know.
this year,
They're,
which,
I think that
quite frankly, pisses me off.
I think they're very much just like we gotta win Casey over.
Yeah,
Right now the Colts pull is too strong.
true.
Maybe we need to get Dak on our team.
If Dak went to the Colts, would he just lose the
Oh, I
mind?
fucking would. I'd go to a Colts game.
I'd go with you. That'd be fun as hell.
I didn't invite you, but whatever.
They're playing the Bears, but we
Yeah,
don't go
yeah.
together.
We're on other opposite sides.
Yeah.
Okay, Chargers, Cowboys. I had Cowboys by 69, and you said Chargers are gonna win by 10.
Chargers won.
Fuck. Maybe Stephen A was right. Like 99, not 98. Okay. The Vic Kings versus the Giants. We both had Vic Kings. I had by 8, you said 7.
They won by 3. That's a me point.
Bengals versus Dolphins. I said Dolphins by 3, and you said Bengals by 6.
Bengals won by a lot.
Jeez. Buccaneers versus the Panthers. We both had the Buccaneers. I had them by 8. You had them by 10.
Dude, they got spanked.
Pulled their pants down and touched their butt.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Panthers are kind of having like a late season push here.
yeah.
They're not bad.
And then Jets and Saints, I said Drew Brees is going to do pretty good. They're going to win by 6. And you said, well, I don't think Drew's even playing. And he said they're going to win by 3.
They won by 23.
Hell yeah, Drew. Oh, wait, that's not your point. I'm stupid. It's a Casey point.
No, that was right.
Bills, Browns. We both had the Bills. I had them by 12. You had them by 10.
They won by 3.
Fuck. Come on, guys. Do better.
It was a close game though.
Maybe the Bills are just fakers. They're not.
Well, here's the thing. The Browns have the 5th rated defense in the league. They just can't fucking score.
Yeah.
They got a really good defense.
It's like me.
A great defense?
Yeah. I'm just like, stay away. Okay, we both had the Titans beating the Chiefs. I had them by 6, and you had them by 3. And they fucking beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, they did. That was the Titans' 3rd win this season. You might knock off your books. I apologize.
Then we had the Jaguars versus the Broncos. I had the Broncos by 8. You had the Jags by 3.
Jags won by 14.
Come on, Jags or Broncos, you jag-offs. You're at 3. The Falcons versus the Cardinals. We're like, Falcons are better than Cardinals. So I said by 4, you said by 6.
That's a me point. It was by
7.
7.
Raiders, Texans. You had the Raiders.
Nope.
By 18. I had the Texans by 14. You had Texans by 12.
Ooh, it was by 2.
I know.
Close game.
Weren't expecting that.
No.
JJ should have done better. Steelers Lions. We both had the Lions actually by
Yeah.
6 and 7. 6-7. And the
Well,
Steelers took it.
I am happy to report that the Steelers took it and the Bears, because of that, clinched the playoffs. First time since 2020, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
They got 2020 vision this year.
they do.
Patriots Ravens. I had the Patriots in 8. You had them in 3 because we both said, what did we say?
Fuck Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they won by 4. That's a me
Okay.
point. And then
And-
it's Niners Colts tonight.
Yep.
So
So Colts are winning. They've told me.
we'll see.
Yeah, do the
Week 17. We've got the Cowboys at the Commanders on Christmas Day.
oof. I know what I'm doing on Christmas Day. Cowboys take it by 8.
I was gonna say Cowboys by 7. The Lions and the Vikings.
That's a C.S. Lewis book, isn't it?
The Lions at the Vikings.
The Lions and the Vikings in the wardrobe.
Yes, that definitely is a book by C.S. Lewis.
I'm going Lions by 8.
I'll say Lions by 12.
Alrighty.
The Broncos and the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Broncos because I don't believe in the Chiefs anymore, no matter what Taylor says.
Yeah, Broncos should absolutely destroy in this game.
I'm going 12.
I'll go 14. I'm going to be confident,
All right.
which means they'll win by 10.
That means the fucking Chiefs are gonna win.
That would be crazy. All right, then we got Texans Chargers.
JJ Watt revenge game. I'm gonna say Texans, even though I know the Chargers are gonna win. Texans by 3.
Man, but the Texans are like kind of on a tear right now. I will say Chargers just to be different. Um, I'll say by 3.
All right.
I
Very
don't
original.
I don't think Justin Herbert has a very good offensive line. So
Herbert, more like Sherbert, all right? Because it's fruity.
anyway, Ravens at the Packers.
Ah, Packers fucking kill those little bastards by 8.
I'm gonna say Ravens
I'm
by
sure you would.
3.
Nevermore.
The Buccaneers at the Dolphins.
We're going with the Bucks by 12.
Okay.
Dolphins by 30.
No, I'll say Bucks by 7.
All right.
And then we got the Patriots at the Jets.
Patriots win by 8.
I'm gonna say Patriots by 14.
Okay. Say that.
The Steelers at the Browns.
I'm gonna go Steelers by 20.
I'm gonna say Browns by 3. I'm getting a little crazy.
Yeah, you are.
The Jags at the Colts.
Colts by 14.
I'll go Jags by 10.
Okay.
The Saints at the Titans. Oh my goodness.
Drew Brees versus Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Faison also is in the Titans if he's healthy. So
He's healthy.
I'm gonna go Saints by 3.
Man, they're both so bad. But they're coming off a fresh win against the Chiefs, so I'll say Titans by 3.
Wait, sounds like we could come off a fresh win with the Chiefs.
That's true. The Seahawks at the Panthers.
Go Seahawks. 8. Now I'll go 7.
I'll say Seahawks by 10. The Cardinals at the Bengals.
Wait, the Major League Baseball team is playing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I think the Bengals have to win by 6.
I'll say Bengals by 12.
Okay.
Oh
Ocho
boy.
Cinco's playing, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
cool.
Definitely. The Giants at the Raiders.
Oh, I want to say the Raiders so bad, but I'm gonna go Giants by 1.
I am gonna say the Raiders.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
saying Raiders by 3.
By 30.
Eagles, Bills. That'd be a good game.
I'm gonna go Eagles by 8.
Bills, baby. Bills by 7. The Bears at the 49ers. The Bears.
I'm gonna go Bears, and then Jake will say 49ers. I'm gonna say Bears by 4.
Bears by 3. Gonna be a tough one.
Mhm.
And then finally, the Rams at the Falcons.
Seems like I don't know. For some reason, it feels like this game's happened like 3 times already.
Yeah, well, it's just Rams versus a bird.
Yeah, true. I'm going Rams though, alma mater and all that. 6.
I'll say Rams by 10.
Okay. Say that.
All right. And that's the football.
Let us know how your guys' bracket is doing this year. Have you won March Madness yet? Probably not.
We will have to do. Once it's all said and done, we'll do a playoff bracket.
Yeah. And then, hey, March rolls around. Me and you know nothing about college football or basketball.
Nothing.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm down. I'm down. My pick to win it all will go out in round 1.
Yeah. Though I will say, if it's, and this is no shade to girls basketball, but if we do a women's March Madness bracket, it's like you have a 90% chance if you choose UConn to go all the way that they're gonna win. At least get in the final 4. Because it's
They
just like
don't they have like the rookie of the year or something?
I don't know. I just know that like last year during the brackets, it was like 90-10 in one of their games. It's just like, man, the UConn girls are just too damn good.
Mm. I'm pretty sure I saw something on ESPN where the top UConn player is projected to be the first round pick in the
I
draft.
mean, I'm not surprised. It's just like I remember when like I was in grade school, they were a good, well-run organization. It's like, well, yeah, just stayed. The UConn girls basketball team, they know what they're doing. I don't
Mhm.
know why the male side isn't, as well run, but
Yeah. I haven't watched college ball in such a long time.
I never could get into it because I'm like, well, when they get good, I can watch them in the real thing.
That's true. I've already told you, my dad was big into Illini basketball when they had, you know,
Yeah.
those guys that I can't think of.
D Brown, Darren
Darren
Williams,
Williams.
D Brown.
Yeah.
The one white dude that was like
Mhm.
big for a college player, but then when he got to the NBA, it was like, boy, you're a power forward, small forward size, not a
Yeah.
center.
Yeah. But that was pretty much last time I watched.
Yeah. Luther Head, that was another one.
Yeah, Luther Head. That was another one. I don't know how you pulled that one out.
Well, so I had a Luther Head rookie card because he was on the old Rockets. He got
Oh,
drafted them pretty late. He was okay.
nice.
Darren Williams was like the only one that actually did anything, and then
Nets?
so he
Right?
got drafted by the Utah Jazz. So you would have liked him at first, but I guess he was kind of a dickhead,
Oh.
like a coach, a shitty coach guy, and he kind of got there like the way I remember it, hearing about it, and this would have been like 2005. So I don't really remember, remember the best, but he kind of forced it, like first forced them to fire their coach that they had from like the Stockton era. who had been there forever. And he forced them to get rid of him. And then he was like, I don't want to be here anymore. Utah sucks. Give me to the Nets.
Perfect.
Yeah. So,
What a guy.
yeah.
What a guy.
But he's matured since then, probably.
Yeah, definitely. All right. On to the regular
Yeah,
episode.
let's do it, man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Two Worlds Podcast. I'm Jake, and with me in person is the Rudolph to my Santa. It's Casey. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. What's up with you?
Well, I've got a visitor today.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
I was watching Kiss Kiss Bang Bang the other night, and there was a part when they first introduced the girl, the love interest, blank on her name. Really, the only person it's Harry is the guy, but the other only name I could really remember was Gay Perry. But but she was talking like she's like talking about racism and the Rudolph. Do you remember that part? Like when they first introduced, she's like being
It's been
interviewed.
too long.
She's being interviewed. She's like, yeah, it's like it's all about race because if you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, Rudolph, we don't want you here, but then oh we found a use for you. Just like, oh hey Jerry, we don't want you around here. Oh, you're good at basketball. I guess we'll keep you.
I need to rewatch that. It's
I
been
love
a
that
long
movie.
time.
Val Kilmer kills it.
Yeah,
Like Robert Downey Jr., he's good. Val Kilmer, so damn funny.
yeah. I do have a story to share from
Ooh,
this week. So, and I could have shared this any time this guy's come in, but I've got this guy. He's in a couple times a month, and he'll always complain about the price of new comics, which I get. It's, they are getting more expensive. And some number ones that are oversized are now like $6. So I get it. But then, in the same breath, while I'm checking him out, he'll look behind me at the register and see a 25-cent book that he bought brand new is now at $5. And he's like, oh, that's only $5. I can't believe how
yeah.
much these things just haven't gone up in value. And I'm like, how can you say that after complaining about the price of new books? Because this one that you bought brand new has now gone up like 500%,
Yeah.
I just think it's so crazy. And he does it every single time.
I think it's pretty crazy you're checking out a dude while you're a married man.
You know
You're like,
what I
you're like,
mean.
God damn, he's packing.
Yeah. Well, it would be like, God damn it, I wish he'd pack his bags and get the hell out of here.
Pack his bags and move into my house. So, speaking of things we can talk about, I didn't really go into too much detail about that auction I went to. There was this comic book auction me and my dad went to because we're like, well, we both collect, and I was like, this would be kind of cool. And there's some stuff I was interested in, but it wasn't. It was beat up, like kind of like a lot of it was too beat up for like what I want to collect. But then I was like, I could flip it. But there's people there that they did the research. They had fucking like printout sheets, like I wanted this one, and like, boy howdy, stuff like the good stuff went real fucking high.
Mm,
Like, so there was, and like, I'm not gonna lie, if I was an X-Men fan, you probably could have got some like early stuff that was beat up but in good, like good prices for it because they had the first appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, like X-Men
okay.
4,
Oh, yeah.
and it went for like $70, which is like not bad, but it was beat the hell up. But like I still found it online. Like the only one I could find online, it was like it was okay, and it was like $1,300. I'm like, yeah, you could make your money back on that if you wanted. And also, if you're just a collector, you're not gonna really find it probably better price wise than that.
Yeah, agreed.
But then like they had the first appearance of Abomination. I was like, I'd like that because I like Hulk and Abomination. The cover is really cool. So I waited around. That was on like the other, one of the last tables, and me and Dad were just waiting around because we both were like, stuff's beat up and it's going kind of too high and all that shit. So we'll, like the stuff that we were interested in was going too high, and so we waited around until that. No joke. There was one dude that just held it up like this, held up his number. They just kept other people. He just held it up there until it got to like 200 and something, and then he was like, "Okay, it's too high for my blood." I think it ended up selling for $230. I'm like, "I'm good." Like that one was actually in okay condition, but I was like, my thought process was like, I'd go like $70.
Like, how about triple that,
Yeah.
buddy?
And then that Thor book, like that table at the Thor
Mm.
books, the starting bid was always $20 at that table.
Ooh, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to go over
Yeah.
that.
So I was like, okay, I don't think Drake's getting this.
Yeah. It's just like I could go online and buy a shit copy for
Ex-
20 bucks. So
Exactly. That's how I was viewing it too. And like I probably could have got that. There was a cover, like I didn't do any research on it. I could have got the Hercules and Hulk comic that I was like interested in, just because it had Hercules and Thor on the and Hulk on the cover. But I was like, because it got down to like $10 and they're doing that per table. And I could have got it then, but I was like, I'll wait till it gets to five. But then like the next time it got to 10, a guy snagged. I'm like, oh well.
and so was just the Thor books all starting at 20 or everything was
every,
starting?
so every table they'd be like, "Do I got 20? Do I got 20?" And then if no one did, then it would get down to 10, and then they do five. And then when it got to like no one was bidding on at five, he was like, "Okay, the whole whatever's left at the table, they just pack it all up together." And then like one time, I don't know what the deal is because they could have got it cheaper. They would have just done $5 and got up to $70.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just like, why didn't you guys just get it when it was $5 a pop, guys?
Yeah. So did your dad end up getting anything then?
No, I think he was ready to go before I was. Because like basically as soon as I was like, okay, I'm like that I couldn't get that. He was like, okay, we're both ready to go then.
Yeah. Well, that's the joy of auction.
Yeah. The last time I went to the auction was that one where I got the Iron Fist. That one was like went a little high, but there's like five of us that were there to get comics. Everyone else was like, why are they bidding on these ones and not these ones? Like they were just all
Hmm.
confused. This was just like all of them were like, this is what we want.
Yeah. I actually have several times over the years gotten calls from auction houses that were just like, we don't know what these are worth. And it's just like, okay, well, unless you're going to pay me to come price them,
Yeah.
like you're just going to have to figure it out, you know?
Yeah. They had like one thing I didn't even get to see what it went for because I didn't know which table it was at after I had kind of moved away and came back. But they had the first appearance of Parasite, which
Mm-hmm.
was pretty sweet. And I didn't, I didn't see what that one went for, but yeah, and then I think they had the second appearance of Kingpin, which is the one that's like, his first full appearance or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, like there was some good stuff there. It was just like it looked like the guy that had it was like me whenever I was in high school, as far as he took care of him.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was water damage and all. Oh, and the first appearance of Poison Ivy, but he must have really liked Poison Ivy's face because that part was ripped out.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Every time I've had that book, it's just in tatters. There's also like a pin up inside, and
Oh,
most
nice.
of the time that's always missing too.
Yeah.
But all right, on to the news. Um, I got a couple more, so I'll
All
start.
right.
Brainiac has been cast apparently, a gentleman named Lars Eidinger. I did not recognize him or anything he'd been in, so
German actor. That's the big thing.
I'll say he looks like he'd probably make a good Brainiac.
Yeah, and I'll say this too. Last time we had a German actor that I knew nothing about get cast as something, it was Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Basterds. So maybe he'll be that good.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So apparently I read online Captain Adam is going to be in the Creature Commando season 2. A lot of people are thinking he's going to be played by old Reacher himself, blanking on his name now.
Alan
Yeah,
Richson.
Alan Richson, aka Daddy Richson.
Hmm.
But so I mean,
Where's the beef? on Alan
Yeah, he's
Richson.
got all of the beef. And like that's one of the things me and Jake were talking about. He's basically shaped like comic book Captain Atom, so makes sense.
Yeah. I wonder if that'll ever translate to live action one of these days.
I hope it does. I
Mm,
think it better because, I really want to see Captain Atom live action. Even
yeah.
though,
No reason he can't be on the League or something.
yeah. Or even just like his own show or his own like Max show that's not, animated.
Hmm. Oh, before we continue, I know you were never a big fan, but Cena had his last wrestling match
Yeah.
apparently. Any thoughts on that? I saw people were pretty mad.
Uh, I mean, it was like he should have lost no matter, but the way they went about him tapping out, like smiling and tapping out, was pretty lame.
As in, like, he was faking needing to tap
It
out.
was more like because he got put in a sleeper hold, he tried to get out, he couldn't, and then what Cena always says, never give up. That's what he tells kids with cancer. He finally was like tapped out. And he smiled. He's like, and it's like, doesn't really work. And someone I saw a tweet where they're like, just think of the next kid he goes to do a make a wish for. He's gonna give up.
Yeah, but it's okay if you smile.
Yeah.
I mean, John told me that pretty much everybody loses their last match. The few times he mentioned it was times where they didn't know it was going to be their last match.
Undertaker's like the only one that I can think of that didn't.
Yeah. He had a couple other examples because he's a wrestling freak,
Yeah.
but yeah, anyway.
Oh, Sting didn't.
Yeah, that was one he mentioned.
Like he wanted to, but then they're like, no, we don't want you to. So that was the big thing.
I always joke with John because, when I was a kid, the only wrestler I pay attention to was Goldberg. And so I jokingly asked about Goldberg, and he was like, "Oh, that was just like a couple years ago."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?"
He actually got beat by the same guy that beat John Cena, not John, your coworker.
Okay, yeah, because John was saying how he wished that they would make more of a thing about this guy being like a career killer.
Yeah. That's
So, what's
there.
his name?
Gunther.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
It used to be Walter, and then they're like, let's change it to Gunther.
Both are pretty dork named.
Well, like Walter, I think is his real name. That's what he
Okay.
went by on the Indies, and then he was then Walter for a little bit on NXT, and then they're like, let's go with Gunther instead. Vince McMahon's like, I like that. It sounds like a Nazi's name.
Dude, you could say anything and I wouldn't know if you're fibbing or not because
Well,
it just all sounds real.
because there was so this is like a legit thing when he first got announced. His name was gonna be Gunther something, and people were like googling it. They're like, that's actually two different Nazis' names. It's like, well, yeah, it's a German name. They're two like because he had like a last name to him or what it was. And it's like it's two random German names. Of course, it's kind of like you could find Nazi ties to it. That's like it's like oh, this person's American name has they had they had slaves at one point. It's like okay, settle down.
So what? All right. Anyway, yeah, so DC is not going to put out any titles next week, the week of New Year's, which I think is the first time that I know of where that's happened. Um, Thankfully, all the other publishers are, and Marvel is like putting out more than a couple, but it's just like, well, fuck me, I guess,
Well,
right?
well, I know why because they actually told us. It's because of our award show. They're like, we gotta just no comics this week
Mm,
just for the Two Worlds Podcast Awards.
yeah.
So it's our fault,
Well, they could have told us and at least sponsored the episode.
right? Well, they sent me like $100,000 check.
Just you?
Yeah, I mean, it said to the Two Worlds boys. And I'm just like, okay,
And you put it all on black and lost it?
no green, idiot.
Casey, you're colorblind. Oh gosh. Anyway, it sucks though.
Yeah,
Wish that they wouldn't have done that, but what can you do?
but in response, guys, just go to Jake's shop, buy all the Marvel books, and tweet DC because their social media intern really wants to see that.
Yes, for sure.
Uh, so Monarch is gonna apparently they're in the works for a spin-off show which is pretty sweet because I really like the first season of that show. It's gonna be Wyatt Russell, just the stuff that he was doing in between, getting out of the upside down. I know that's not the right thing, the Hollow Earth, and becoming Kurt Russell. It's gonna be like the in between of that stuff, so it should be pretty cool.
Cool.
That's a show I'd recommend. Yeah,
Yeah, I will do it eventually once I get an Apple TV
yeah.
subscription. All right, and then my next bit of news, we're getting an Alias Red Band comic that's going to be 5 issues long, written by Sam Humphries and art by Geraldo Borges. Um, I've never really read Jessica Jones if she wasn't in like a team book or an event book, so and I'm not really a big Sam Humphries fan, so that's probably not for me, but yeah, what about you, man?
Yeah, not at all. The little bit of Sam Humphries I've read, not a fan, and like you, I think actually I would like Jessica Jones, but like Sam Humphries and Brian Bendis are the main ones that write her. So it's like get someone that I like to write her, then I'd probably be into it.
Sure.
Ooh, and Ed Brubaker alias.
Man, that'd be great.
I'd be into that.
Okay, and then my last bit of news, I couldn't remember because we've talked about DC's next wave of books so many times now. I don't know if we already knew this, but Deathstroke is officially going to be written by Tony Fleecs with art by Carmine Di Giandomenico, and then Batwoman is for sure going to be by Greg Rucka with art by Danny.
Yeah, we didn't know. We knew like the name of the writers that were all working on it on the different books and the different books, but we didn't, couldn't couldn't put two and two together. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll for sure check out Deathstroke. Gonna skip Batwoman. That's not a Greg Rucker guy.
I'm not either. However, I'm a huge fan of Danny.
Yeah.
She did the that Arkham City book that I was a big fan of, and I've tried Greg Rucka's Batwoman before and couldn't get into it, but I might read this first issue, if anything, just to see Danny's artwork, and then if it's like really good, then I'll stick with it. But
Didn't the New 52 have a really good artist too on the Batwoman? Because I remember it being
yeah,
like beautiful.
it was like J.H. Williams and Hayden Blackman.
Okay.
So yeah, that was killer. But yeah, Deathstroke I'll probably check out too, just because I mean Gian Domenico is a really good artist. We were both reading Flash when he was doing art on that, and then Tony Fleecs, he writes that book called Feral that people are like really crazy about. It's like a horror book for Image involving cats.
Oh, nice. It's like your
Uh,
life.
yeah, pretty much. Because that one right there knows he's not supposed to be up on that damn counter, and he's up there anyways.
He's doing that nerd shit. I can get away with it right now.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll probably check out, honestly, probably most of the first issues of these new ones, unless it's just a writer I do not
Yeah.
like. So, all right, and that's the news.
So what'd you read this week, bud?
I read the Thundercats holiday special, Planet She-Hulk, Black Cat, Thor, Moon Knight, Ghost Pepper, Nightwing, Die Loaded, Harley Quinn versus Zatanna, and The Sacrificers.
Boy, you read a lot more than me this week. So I read G.I. Joe, Dreadnought War, Part 4 of 5, Issue 16, Starship Godzilla, Issue 3, Planet She-Hulk, Issue 2, Die is Loaded, Issue 2, and Owl Fight Month, Harley Quinn versus Zatanna, Issue 1.
All right.
I'll let you go and I'll take a nap.
Okay, Sacrificers 18 by Remender and Andre Lima Arroyo. It's pretty cool. It's like far future after Pigeon and Saluna have like taken over things and killed off all the old gods. They even have some kids now. I wish my cats would shut the hell up. And it's pretty cool to see how nothing is going the way they thought it would, and they don't really know what to do about it. And I think they're close to the people revolting against them. So we'll see what happens there. But I think it's a really good story, and I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Nice.
And then we got Nightwing 133. It's by Dan Waters, and then I cannot find the artist. Um, V. Ken Marion, but it's all right. Martian Manhunter's in this one. Dick's pretty beat up about Nightwing Prime still being unresponsive. I think the artwork is very 90s, but like in a good way, I think. It's just Dick looks very edgy like he did back then. But anyway, Martian Manhunter helps Dick get to the what's it called? What's Mixelplick?
Fifth Dimension.
Yes, thank you. It helps him get there because that's where the circus is, where all these kids are kept. And you know, next one is gonna be a fight. So we'll see what happens. It's all right though. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
As a big Dan Waters fan and Nightwing fan and Martian Manhunter fan, was that like pretty exciting for you that you got, all three together?
Yeah, yeah, it was. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish that they had teamed up a little more for like a fight, but
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I got you.
All right, Ghost Pepper number 6. It's by Ludo Lullaby, who did the writing, the art, and the letters, which is crazy. But it's pretty cool. I mean, nobody else is reading this, I don't think, but it's really good. It's still really like anime-ish in the art style and the fights. Um, so I like it a lot, and I'm gonna give it an 8.
Nice. All right. The Dreadnought War Part 4-5 G.I. Joe, Josh Williamson, Tom Riley on the art. It's cool. They're, gonna burn Duke and old Cobra Commander alive, and they're like, let's leave Duke alive and we'll burn up old Cobra Commander. Then Hawk is talking to Destro. This is one of the parts that makes me laugh. Destro, he's known to have like an open chest. It's like out in the open. Metal face though. Hawk is like they try to get Hawk. Hawk, kicks the dude, kicks his gun, and then starts shooting. Where does he shoot Destro? Is it in his bare chest? Nope, metal face.
Probably doesn't hurt much.
No, I mean it's like probably gave him a headache, but he's fine. It's like, oh yeah, my metal face took the brunt of the bullets. And so yeah, we get a little bit of a fight. The G.I. Joe show up and old Skid Mark is there to help save the day. And then we get Cobra Commander looking like a badass with a chainsaw. So
Nice.
yeah, it's a good time. I like this book a lot. I'm going 9 out of 10.
Cool. Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu 15. It's by Jed McKay and Domenico Carbone. It's the finale of the Wrecker story and also this book before it renumbers again. But art's really good. I like the colors. They have to trick the bad guy into letting all these ghosts go free. Because they convince him he's not being that great of a guy if he's also just capturing these ghost souls and using them to torture Wrecker. Um, and then Wrecker and Moon Knight have this big conversation where Wrecker basically is like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not changing. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to give you to Clea now. So she shows up in a portal and she's like, yeah, I heard you hurt my husband, and I don't really care about humans like he does. So you're mine now, and takes him through a portal. And then Moon Knight says goodbye to Scarlet Scarab, and then somebody kidnaps him, and we don't know who, but it'll be continued in Mark Spector Moon Knight #1. So, I mean, the book's awesome like it always is. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Now, is Scarlet Scarab, was she a thing before the show?
Not to my
All right,
knowledge.
I didn't think so either. Because it's like the design's 100% the same as the show.
Yeah,
So,
and it's a good design, and I
yeah.
like her character. So I thought it was pretty neat that they did more with her. Because before this, she showed up in this Moon Knight miniseries called like Dead something or other, but it just wasn't very good. City of the Dead, I think.
Okay.
But she obviously Jed McKay wrote her well.
Yeah.
So all right, Mortal Thor #5, a great Alex Ross cover
Hmm.
because of course. But essentially, half of it is Odin talking to Loki, and having like a little spat. And then the rest of it is Thor getting let out of jail for beating the crap out of all those guys. He was released by Donald Blake, and Donald runs the Serpent Society now, and is just he like captures Thor and wants to put him through shit next issue. So should be pretty fun. I like the art and I like the story a lot. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Donald because we haven't seen much from him since Donnie's run. But this references that where it's like, yeah, I went from being your human counterpart to this to just having serpent venom dripped on my face, which is what was happening in Donnie's run. So I thought it was nice that Al referenced that because I know you said he wasn't referencing much to the run before his and Hulk.
Yeah, well, it was the same thing as like uh Philip King Johnson's doing now, where it's
Mm,
just kind of like I don't wanna.
yeah. Well, he did this time, so it was pretty cool.
Good.
But yeah, another nine. This might be pick of the week. This or Moon Knight.
Right on. All right,
How many
start.
more we got?
I got this one, and then we got two more,
Okay,
and then
sounds good.
Starship Godzilla by Chris Gooch, the old Gooch, and
Gooch.
Oliver Ono. So yeah, this was really good. They are doing a job. Like it kind of makes me feel like a Cowboy Bebop, Firefly meets Godzilla type world.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, they're on a planet. They're doing it like they're delivering the eggs to the Zillions and stuff, and then it's like, oh, the Zillions are dickheads. Who knew? And they do all this stuff. Art's really cool. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna go like 9.5. That's my pick of the week.
Cool. Maybe I'll read it in trade.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, Black Cat 5. It's by G. Willow Wilson and Gleb Melnikov. I'm mostly just reading it at this point.
For Gleb's art.
No, I mean, it's okay sometimes. I didn't love it this issue. Um, but just to see how this arc runs out. Um, yeah, I mean, it's fine. The one thing I'm going to complain about every time MJ's in a fucking book, they gotta use the jackpot line.
Yeah,
It's like, it doesn't hit anymore,
yeah,
guys.
right.
Like, it does nothing anymore because you've ran it into the ground. But anyway, basically, Jay Jonah is making Black Cat look like a total jackass online. And then she's like, I gotta put a stop to this. I'm gonna go beat up Tombstone. She gets her ass kicked and they have a big old argument. And then, I mean, it's going to continue. I kind of thought after 5 issues it would wrap up a little bit, but who knows? I don't know if I'll pick up the next one. This is fine. It's like a 6, I think.
All right.
And then the Thundercats Holiday Special 2025. It's by Ed Brisson with art by Fabio Gallo, Emmanuel Ercolani, and Giona Zafiro. Yeah, it's fine. It's mostly just like a search and rescue mission. I think the art's really good though.
Mhm.
For this guy named Snowman and his cat named Snow Meow. But they save him. Turns out he's the last of his like village. Um, and then they team up to fight this guy that just looks like uh, any Disney evil queen. And then at the end, they have like a big old feast and they have presents and stuff like that. And they depart their snowman friend. Where's the last page? I wanted to show you their Christmas thing. There we go. So Wily Kid and Cat are getting new hoverboards, which is
Oh,
pretty
nice.
cool. But that was it. So it wasn't exactly as holiday themed as I would have wanted. Um, but I mean, it was still a fine story. So I'm going to give it a 7.
Right on. What order you want to do these in?
I don't care.
We'll do Planet She-Hulk die and then Harley Quinn versus Tana.
Sure.
All right. Planet She-Hulk issue 2. This is by Stephanie Phillips with Aaron Cooter and Scott Hanna on the art. I dig it. That was pretty good. Not great, but good.
Yeah, I liked it a little more than the first one, I think.
Yeah. And then there's like are did I read this right? That the one girl's kind of flirting with She-Hulk. That She-Hulk, like, she calls She-Hulk baby, and baby, and like, and old baby was like, I'm not having this, and she got
Yeah.
very upset about it. But I'm like, it's not really a an insult when it's said in a flirty context. What do I know?
Right. Yeah, it was fine. I kind of like the man of the people versus the guy that put himself in power
Yeah.
play, and She-Hulk takes the side of the man of the people, and we'll see next time what happens whenever She-Hulk and friends has to fight robot dinosaurs.
Yeah, my like one thing I don't like about it, and I know it's She-Hulk related, but it's like they have her breaking the fourth wall, but not as much. Like, it's like an annoying enough amount, like in parts where I'm like, oh yeah, I forget that she does this in this book. But then it's like they don't keep it as a thing, so it's like it that just didn't work for me at all. I mean, it rarely does anyway,
Mhm.
and like they just like, kind of sprinkled it in where it's like that's not how you want the fourth wall breakage to go. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have the same I'm gonna have the same talk when I talk about the Harley Quinn versus Satana book. So
Hmm.
so yeah,
Yep.
I'm probably at a 7 for it though.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
The art's really good though.
It is. Die Loaded #2. It's by Kieran Gillen and Stephanie Hans. Like the first one, I thought this was really good too. What'd you think?
I thought it was really solid. It's like I have a lot of questions trying to, on what's going to happen next and everything, but the world's really cool.
Yeah, and the art's incredible. We
Yep.
got, we get to see Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer, even though they don't call him that.
What is the I had no idea what that was.
Well, I mean, I don't really know the purpose of him in this book, but he's just like a sword and sorcery comic from back in the day that Frank Frazetta used to paint.
Mm.
So, yeah, I don't know if they got permission to put him in.
Well, I was assuming it was like because they talked about him being one of the masters, so I thought it was going
Hmm.
to be like J.R. how Tolkien and it was H.G. Wells was the other one was that we saw a lot of in the last book. He was just like those
Right,
guys are for that
right.
thing, but I'm like, it's weird that it's a character and not an actual author, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I thought the last page was super dope,
Yep.
but yeah, I like it a lot. I had a customer this week that was like, "Hey, will you add this to my list? I think it's pretty neat." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What'd you think of the first volume?" He's like, "Huh?" Like he didn't read any of Die, and I was
That's
like, "Oh
funny.
man, like I would maybe pause this and like read Die because this will make way more sense to
Yeah.
you."
So where you at with it?
Um, Probably like a 9. I really like
Yeah.
it.
I had an 8. I liked it too, but still as much.
Yeah,
Then Harley Quinn versus Zatanna. This is by Joshua Williamson and old Mirka Andolfa on the art. Art was good, but
yeah, art's really good.
I don't like how Zatanna's written in this, and I'm not a huge fan of Harley in this either. What do you think?
I didn't love Zatanna in it. Harley was fine, but I mean, I think she was written like Harley would be without being too Deadpool-y, if that makes sense. Like,
I got too much Deadpool from her personally.
I've just read a couple of things lately with Harley in it, where reading this, it's not as
I
bad.
gotcha. Fair enough.
But I kind of liked Harley being like, I know I don't stand a chance against her, so I'm just gonna make her like get angry for the rest of the fight. I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. But like the fight itself, it's like I don't I don't know why Harley even gets one round on her other than that she's not fighting back.
Yeah. I mean that was all it was. It was just kind of like the anime style thing where they're like, oh, this, gonna make you ready for the next fight type of thing, which it doesn't matter because Zatanna's not winning the whole thing,
Right.
So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's fine. It's just
One moment.
yeah, it's just not like they made Zatanna not as cool and badass as she should be because she is an awesome character. They made her way too, I don't want to fight and all that type of nonsense and whatnot, and it felt more like a Harley Quinn story than a Zatanna story. But that's just that's just my old opinion.
Agreed.
Where you at with that?
Probably like a 6.
Yeah, I was thinking 6.5. So.
But I really do love the art in it.
Yeah, the art's really good. We'll highlight some because there's some really cool spots, like this part when Harley takes her from the first part. Really cool looking. Like that'd be cool to have as like you know, print or whatever.
I like this section with Harley's Zatanna outfit.
Yeah.
Thought that was pretty cool.
So yeah. Oh, and then at the end we get some Booster Gold versus Grodd stuff, which was, interesting. Well, I don't think it's gonna end well for old Mr. Grodd.
Yeah, probably not.
What are you excited for though, bud?
Um, I'm gonna go with Sonic, Orla, and trying to think if there's something I really like that's coming out. Oh, Absolute Wonder Woman. I think that's the start of the Batman crossover, and that
Oh,
should be
nice.
pretty cool.
Did you just give up on Absolute Martian Manhunter? Or
Yeah, because
okay.
I kept having to sell my
I
copy.
gotcha. I'm gonna say Red Hood versus Joker. That should be fun. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, and I guess Superman. I know I'm not excited about Godzilla Escapes the Dead Zone.
I don't, did I grab you one?
I don't know. I don't know if I even told you to because I'm like,
I don't think you did because I thought
okay.
I was like, oh yeah, I think this is the one he's done with.
Yeah, because it's just not good, man.
Yeah.
So I know. I mean, if I probably wasn't excited about it then.
All right.
I didn't have a Fantastic Four setup for this week, so we'll just say, what's some gifts that you'd get different characters? I think we've done that before, so let's just do it again.
Hmm. I would get I would get Green Arrow a new Dutch oven so he can make his chili.
I'd give Green Arrow a Dutch oven while we're in bed together.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some others.
I'd give Batman a picture of him and Alfred, but they're both dressed as Batman.
That'd be funny.
That was like New 52. I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was in Teen Titans. I think. Fucking Tim Drake is looking at I think it was his desk, and he had a picture of him and Bruce, but it was him as Robin and Bruce as fucking Batman. It's like, why would that be on your desk, Tim? Your civilian desk.
Yeah. Sometimes they just do stupid stuff like that.
That was old, what's his name? The dude that wrote Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Scott Lobdell.
Yeah, old Scotty Lobdell. So it makes sense that he would come up with that.
Um, I'd get Casey Jones a new hockey stick.
Nice. I'd get Superman toy John Deere 4020 tractor.
He'd probably really like
Yeah.
that.
Or he'd pretend at least.
Oh boy. I would get Absolute Wonder Woman some more components for her spells because she uses a lot of spells and those run out quick.
Oh, nice. I'd get Captain Atom, uh, like what is the army? He was an army man, right?
Sure.
An army football jersey, like the from the college team, Just give him that.
And I'd get Gorilla Greg several bunches of bananas.
That's racist as all hell.
But he likes them.
Still, he'd be
It's
like,
canon.
he's like, okay, racist, but thank you. And then I'll get like fucking I'll get Spider-Man just a picture of all of the people that has died that he loves. Just in like a big collage. Like you couldn't save them.
Wow. What a gift.
Let
All
us know,
right.
guys. What would you get different superheroes?
Yeah,
Would you get Blob some Ozempic? I don't think it would work because it's his power.
it's true. It's the thought that counts though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the end of the episode. We hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas if you're celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah or
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa or whatever. Festivus, Hope you
the
all
rest of
enjoy it.
us.
And we'll catch you next week where we're going to do our reward show, I believe. Right?
Award show, not reward show.
Yeah, that's what I said. All right, we'd love to stay in chat, but I have to get Casey through this. No, Casey has to get me through this snowstorm with his.
This time it's Santa's turn to pull the sleigh.
Yes. Deliver presents. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Two Worlds Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Two Worlds Pod, on Twitter at two_worlds_PC, and on Facebook at facebook.com/twoworldspodcast. You can email us with any questions or comments at twoworldspodcast@gmail.com, and if you would, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Two Worlds Podcast on YouTube.